360 spin, one of my favorites. One of the most basic moves to learn, but you have to stick to the fundamentals. So with the 360, what we're trying to do is pivot in a central point on the bodyboard. If we start to engage either of the rails, the board starts to dig in the wave and starts to go up or go down the wave. Our main goal is to really centralize our body weight into the center of the board by lifting up our head and our feet, crossing our legs for extra style. And what we want to do is really get that circular motion pivoting around a central point. Think of it as a spinning top. If a spinning top is spun, it spins nice and clean. As soon as one of the edges start to lean over one side or hook on the ground, the spinning top shoots off. It's a similar concept with a bodyboard. As soon as the rails, either rail, front, back, or side to side, if they start to dig into the wave, immediately you're either thrown off or slowed down really quickly. So what we want to do is really focus on getting our positioning right on the board. So we want to shift our body weight forward on the board, whether we're going left or right, making sure our hands are correctly placed on the board, remembering that nice 90-degree angle with our elbows. And with a forward spin, we are turning in towards the wave. So if we are going left on a wave, we want to be turning to our left, in towards the wave. Breaking it down simply, the best place on a wave to do a 360 spin is doing it at the bottom third. This gives us a lot more time to get the whole entire spin completed, and as you come around, the wave will catch you and push you along. So the key steps to a spin. What do we do to get the motion of a spin going? Again, back down to those fundamentals. It's our head. Where's our head looking? Wherever we look is where our body will follow. So what we want to do to start off the spin is to simply engage the rail just a touch, just to get the nose pointing up towards the wave. Then take all weight off the rails and be as flat as possible. We want to take our head, look over our shoulder, peeking at our fins that are lifted up on the board, and keeping that motion of looking over our shoulder the entire way. Don't stop looking over your shoulder until you are completely rotated. If you stop halfway, your body stops. It's simple as that. Your head does all the movement. So we want to get off the rail, we want to centralize our body like a pivot, lift our legs up, lift our chest up, looking over the shoulder and getting that circular motion, that 360 spin that we all want to try and get. It takes a lot of practice and it just takes time. But once you get the fundamentals down of a 360 spin, it becomes easy and you'll be nailing it like that. Speed and power is key. When we have speed, it gives us a lot more time to really get into that motion of a 360 spin. If we're going slow, the wave will catch up with us and flip us onto our back. We really want to capitalize when we have the most speed on the wave to really get that spinning motion. At the bottom of the wave, we really want to hook it, using all the power we've gained from catching, paddling, drawing a nice bottom turn on the wave, and really finding our section along the wave to perform the 360 spin. Remembering, again, using speed and power and using our head, looking over our shoulder, these are key things to remember when doing the 360 spin. Common errors about a 360 spin is your weight distribution. So as you distribute your weight, you distribute it to the front of the board to lift the tail up to get that spinning motion. Now, of course, your tail is facing towards the shore. You might shift your body weight back and your tail will dig in. So the key to really getting an entire spin completed without digging in your tail or digging in your nose or any of your rails is just remain as central as possible. The more center you are, the more chance you have of landing the spin. And that's really the core to it all, is using your head and staying central. Key errors for a 360 spin is spinning too high on the wave. So when we look at spinning, if we start the process high up on the wave and we make a small slight error, there's not much time or room to correct ourselves and we start to fall off the back of the wave. This can be a very frustrating thing that happens continuously if you don't really eye out the problem, and that's really just to focus doing the spin at the bottom of the wave. If you start to get a lot of speed and you're generating speed and distance away from the core energy of the wave, if you start to spin in those areas and make a mistake, there's no wave to pick you up and carry you along the wave again. We really want to stick to the energy of the wave and low down on the wave. It's all about finding the section, looking where you're going, observing other riders in the water. These are key things. We don't want to be riding over anyone. We want to have a good time, enjoy the wave, but we don't want to ride over anyone. So remember those things. Bottom of the wave, use power and speed. Use your head to turn over your shoulder. Keep central on the board and look where you're going. These are the key tips to really pull off a 360 spin.